This episode of Man of Prestige. Well, if that's what you're looking for, I'm not here to judge you. If that's all you want, okay? But again, back to what we're saying. If you're doing this because you think you're gonna find the true colors of this person, you're not gonna find the true colors of people unless they're put in certain situations that will invoke or provoke their insecurities. Okay, so living together could do that, but maybe not. Just because they know that they're not secured anyway, there's no secured relationship, there's nothing hard written anywhere, meaning the state is not subscribed to the idea that you're married. They can also continue to pretend, right? So it's not necessarily them pretending deliberately. It's just, again, they haven't been put in a situation that will tap into that deepest part about them that you may want to call red flag on. So essentially, you're just wasting time. Okay. So the only benefit is, again, you can have your cake and eat too. You can sleep with this person. All right, what's going on? Welcome back. We're talking about cohabitation. 5 tips should couples live together before marriage. So I was at my church. I'm a church boy. But so my church, we had like a little get-together program for young adults, youth, young people, 26, 27, 25, 18. Yeah, about that, that range right there. And the question was cohabitation. Should people live together? So when I started it was very random. I was made the moderator very randomly. It wasn't something I expected, but I'm glad I did because for this very reason. This is, as you know, Man of Prestige is a passion project. I started engaging in certain conversations on YouTube, and I felt like I had a lot more to add on than hanging out in people's, back channel trying to talk on some random stage. But there was one particular stage that I'm glad I went on because I got roasted, and that helped us, created a little bit of attention for what we're doing here. But you will see this conversation will take shape with time. So the question, should couples get married, live together before marriage? Young people, okay, the ones that are very quick to detect sign languages, right? Sign languages, shame, insult, guilt need to be right. They have their radar up. They have their radars up. They're always ready to detect if somebody is speaking sign language, trying to insult them, including the elderly. In fact, I was on another channel just watching, and it's a gentleman actively trying to justify why it is okay to push against the elderly when it comes to getting insight from the elderly. That's a topic for another day. But anyway, so people can go on the internet, read up, and they feel like they know everything. Whereas most people, when they hit 40, 50, they start to realize that they didn't know a lot, and they keep their minds open. But younger people tend to close their mind because they feel like it's the information age, and after all, there's nothing else to learn. The bad side of that is what you see happening in the dating scene today. There's a lot of men in their feminine. If that sounds like shaming to you, oh well, I can't help you. You're probably on the wrong channel, right? But also a lot of women, because of the very nature of a woman, if she feels the need to protect herself, she will go into her masculine. If that means simping to you, oh well, it's whatever. I'm not here to justify. I'm just here to share some information and insight with you. Now we can continue the conversation if you want. You know how to do that. But there are 5 tips I wanted to share with you with regards to, should couples live together before marriage. The first tip number 5, how cohabitation affects the people involved. Well, here's the thing. You're actively engaged in a relationship. If you are living with a person with a romantic, from a romantic standpoint, you are already in a romantic relationship. You're not trying to test anything, because one of the reasons that was said is that they're trying to see if the person is the right person. No, you're already in it. And if you're not learning any lessons while you're in it, then you're going to, you're missing out, But when people go into marriages, that's what they're supposed to be doing, right? Tip number 4, what it means to be in a relationship without being legally bound to one another. There's a lot of disadvantages to that. From a state standpoint, obviously you're not going to get the same accolades, you're not going to get the same opportunities, you're not going to have the same privileges that married people get. Not only that, even though you're actively living with a person that you're not married to, you both don't feel secure. And not feeling secure, as far as both of you are concerned, will show up in certain behaviors that are not necessarily pleasurable or rewarding. Okay, now what those behaviors are, there's an array of them. When a person doesn't feel secure in a relationship, they just act out. And it's not just the women, it's both men and the women. So if you go into this relationship with your radars up, like from a standpoint of fear, just to find out if this is the right person or not, you're operating from a place of fear, and you're going to attract what you fear the most. And how you're going to do that is usually in your behaviors. All right, tip number 3, the benefits of living together before marriage. The only benefit is that you're having your cake, you're eating it too, you're doing everything physically possibly together, right? So if that's what you're looking for, I'm not here to judge you. If that's all you want, okay? But again, back to what we're saying, if you're doing this because you think you're going to find the true colors of this person, you're not going to find the true colors of people unless they're put in certain situations that will invoke or provoke their insecurities, okay? So living together could do that, but maybe not. Just because they know that they're not secured anyway, there's no secured relationship, there's nothing hard written anywhere, meaning the state is not subscribed to the idea that you're married, they can also continue to pretend, right? So it's not necessarily them pretending deliberately. It's just, again, they haven't been put in a situation that will tap into that deepest part about them that you may want to call red flag on. So essentially, you're just wasting time. Okay. So the only benefit is, again, you can have your cake, eat too. You can sleep with this person. You can do, and I'm not here to judge you. I'm just telling you what it is. Tip number 2. Considering cohabitate. If you're considering, tips for those considering cohabitating before marriage. Okay. Here's my tip for you. Okay. Don't do it. Why? If you already do, so it depends on your reasons, right? If you start to live together because in the next few months you're going to go down to the courthouse and secure the whole thing anyway, then by all means feel free. I'm not about that. Before you marry, don't do it. No, I really personally don't care about that. What I'm saying is that if you're doing it precisely from a place of fear, you think you're going to find some things out, the red flags will come out suddenly. Here's my tip for you. Don't do it. Okay? It's not worth it. Instead, if you don't feel romantically involved with this person, that you're ready to go in, that you see your future with them already, it's not even about the living together. Don't marry this person. Okay? If you don't feel that, because only you will know. I can't tell you if it's the right person or not. Only you will know. Okay? Last tip, but not the least. The disadvantage of living together before marriage. The disadvantage is this. You don't feel secure. Okay? You may say, oh yeah, but it's the woman only that don't feel secure, blah, blah, blah. No. You don't feel secure either. You're operating from a place of fear as opposed to faith. Because here's what I'll tell you about romantic relationships in general. It's 100% always a move of faith. Because even if you mark or you check all the checklist, everything passed on the checklist, things can still go wrong. But that's not just in romantic relationships, it's also in life, right? So again, you're wasting time. You're just wasting energy and resources on something that is not going to guarantee anything anyway. What I'll tell you is that you need to work on yourself. Okay? Bonus tip, work on yourself so that you can have the spirit of discernment and you can able to pick up red flags that are not necessarily obvious by facts and figures and data, right? Because again, we're talking about emotions here. We're talking about romantic relationship. Hopefully that helps.